What I am about to say might be the most dangerous truth. The enemy never wanted you to hear. You have begged God to take it away, haven't you? You have prayed until your throat was raw. You have fasted until your body trembled. You have deleted the apps, blocked the websites, and cried into your pillow night after night, promising God, I will never do this again. And yet, the desire returns. The cycle repeats, and the silence from heaven feels like abandonment. You have whispered in the dark, God, why won't you take this desire away from me? Why do I still struggle? Don't click away. The answer I'm about to give you will shift your entire battlefield. What if I told you that the very thing you are desperate to escape is the very thing God is using to train your hands for war? What if the thorn that cuts you deepest is not your curse, but the proof of your high calling? I want to speak to your spirit today, not as a victim, but as a soldier. God has not removed the struggle because He is not interested in just making you comfortable. He is interested in making you dangerous. This next sentence will change how you see your battle forever. Lust is not just a sin. It is a symptom, and every symptom points to a deeper hunger. The battle you are fighting is not about your body. It is about your mantle. The enemy does not attack civilians. He attacks threats. The reason the war for your purity is so violent is because the destiny attached to your life is so massive. Think about it. The enemy whispers, you're filthy, you're an addict, you're a hypocrite. Why? Because if he can get you to identify with your shame, he can stop you from stepping into your authority. But God whispers something far different. He calls you son, He calls you daughter, He calls you chosen. And that whisper carries the truth Satan fears the most. Your struggle does not define you, it refines you. If this is hitting home for you, I want you to take a deep breath right now. You are safe here. There was a man named Paul who begged God 3 times to remove a thorn in his flesh. We don't know what it was, maybe sickness, maybe temptation, but God's answer was the same for him as it is for you. My grace is sufficient for you. Why? Because sometimes your struggle isn't punishment, it's an invitation. It is an invitation to discover a grace that only reveals itself when you are weak. Without the thorn, pride grows. Without the thorn, you drift. But with it, you cling to Him. Consider Joseph. He was tempted day after day by Potiphar's wife. He ran from sin. And where did it lead him? Not to a throne, but to a prison. Why would God allow that? Because lust is often the final exam. Before elevation, before the palace comes the prison. Before the crown comes the cross. Before the glory comes the fire. Your struggle is not divine cruelty, it is divine preparation. God is refining the heart that He intends to trust with a nation. If you feel like you are in that fire right now, type, I am being refined in the comments. Let's declare it together. Now listen closely. Here is the secret the enemy hates. Lust always begins with the eyes. Eve saw the fruit. She desired it. She took it. Thousands of years later, the pattern hasn't changed. That's why Jesus said, if your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Matthew 18:9. He wasn't being cruel, He was being strategic. Vision is power. What enters through the eye can chain the heart. Even Jesus was tempted. Yes, every way. That includes the desires of the flesh, and yet He did not sin. How did He fight? He didn't fight with willpower. He fought with the Word. It is written. Scripture was His sword, and it must be yours too. The question we all ask is, so why doesn't God just snap His fingers and erase the desire? Here is the deep truth. Deliverance without dependence breeds idolatry. If God gave you instant freedom, would you still chase Him, or would you forget Him? God delays not because He's cruel, but because He wants intimacy. He wants you to cling to Him when nothing makes sense. Because in that clinging, you are transformed. The fire doesn't destroy you, it purifies you. This next part is your weapon. Every click, every glance, every fantasy is a silent agreement with the kingdom of darkness. But here is the secret. If you made the agreement, you can break it. You are not addicted. You are anointed. The enemy doesn't attack what doesn't threaten him. Your struggle with lust is proof that you are dangerous to hell. So here is your strategy. 1. Confession is warfare. What you expose, God will expel. Lust thrives in the shadows, but it dies in the light. You are not alone. Elijah thought he was alone too, until God told him there were 7,000 others. You are part of an army. 2. Worship is a weapon. Lust trembles when you worship. When you feel the urge, don't just fight it, praise through it. Willpower may fail, but worship is fire. 3. The covenant of the eyes. Job 31 said, I made a covenant with my eyes. That wasn't poetry, it was a contract. Make that contract today. Consecrate your vision. And finally, remember the verse. Hell fears most. Walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. Galatians 5:16. Not maybe, not sometimes. You will not. So, my fellow soldier, stop crying tears of defeat. Your thorn isn't proof of God's absence. It's proof of His presence. He is near to the brokenhearted. He dwells with the weak. So when lust comes, fight back. Declare, I choose purity. Remember who you are. Not an addict, not a failure, not shame. You are beloved, redeemed, overcomer. This war is not your end. It is your beginning. Do not despise the fire. It is forging you. Do not despise the thorn. It is keeping you near the one who saves. One day, the struggle you hate most will become the stage where God's glory shines brightest. What you need to do right now, if this message armed your spirit today, I need you to do something to seal this victory. Subscribe to this channel. We are an army of overcomers, and we need you in the ranks. And I want you to make a commanding declaration in the comments. Break the silence of shame right now. Type this: I am a warrior, not a captive. Say it. Type it. Let the enemy know his chains are broken. Share this video with someone who fights in silence. Your victory is contagious. You are stronger than you know. Keep fighting. I'll see you in the next video. Your victory is already written.